Yes lads, how you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel, and today I'm going to bring you guys the Manchester City versus Leicester City match preview. So today guys, I'm going to bring you the match preview for the game on Saturday where Leicester travelled to the Etihad Stadium to take on Manchester City in the Premier League. Before we get into it, make sure a big thumbs up down below on today's video if you want to enjoy this Manchester City versus Leicester match preview. Subscribe if you haven't seen my face on your screen before. We're on the road to 800 subscribers, so if you guys could subscribe, it would be massively appreciated. And while you're down there, make sure to my channel post notifications so you never miss any future videos on the channel just like this one. Follow my social medias, they'll be down there. Links to all of them will be in the description. And let me know your score prediction, your thoughts on the game in the comment section down below. So guys, getting straight into today's match preview, we are going to be talking about our opposition for the game on Saturday at the Etihad Stadium, and it's obviously Manchester City. And sadly, I haven't got a Manchester City fan, so I'm going to have to talk a little bit about the Manchester City side of the match preview. So let's get into the Man City side of the match preview. So today's game at the Etihad is absolutely massive. If Manchester City can take home 3 points, they'll stay further. They'll move within 1 point behind Leicester in second place. The pressure is all on them to get 3 points, but it's going to be a very difficult game for Leicester. Like I was saying, Manchester City sits in third place in the Premier League table. They've had an up and down season under Pep Guardiola with the likes of the losses to Wolves and Manchester United at the Etihad, and they also lost to Norwich at Carrow Road. So overall, Manchester City have been very up and down this season, and to be honest, no one really knows what Manchester City will turn up on Saturday. But after that loss to Manchester United at the Etihad Stadium, their form has really picked up. They picked up a 4-1 win against Dynamo Zagreb in the Champions League. They picked up a 3-0 win at the Emirates last time out in the Premier League, and on Wednesday night they beat Oxford 3-1 in the Carabao Cup. So Manchester City have really picked up their form, and it's going to be a very difficult game for Leicester on Saturday. But it's going to be very hard to contain the Manchester City front line. Obviously, with Kevin De Bruyne in midfield, he was very good against Arsenal at the Emirates. With Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus looking on good form, it's going to be very hard to contain that Manchester City attack. But defensively, they've been very poor so far this season, conceded 19 goals already, which is almost as many as they did last season. So their defence is very poor at the moment. So hopefully Leicester can take advantage of that and try and score some goals at the Etihad. But Manchester City have scored the most Premier League goals so far this season with 47. So like I said, it's going to be very difficult to keep the clean sheet on Saturday at the Etihad. But I'm hopeful that we can break through that Manchester City defence, and I think it's going to be a very open game on Saturday. But that's it for the Manchester City side of the match preview. So let's get straight into this Leicester side of the match preview. So last time out for Leicester, we travelled to Goodison Park to take on Everton in the Carabao Cup quarter-finals, and we managed to win just on penalties. It was very nervous and cagey ending to the game, but Leicester managed to pull through and get the win on penalties to send us into the semi-finals, where we do take on Aston Villa in a couple of weeks' time. But the first half performance at Goodison Park was very good to say the least. Goals coming from James Maddison and Johnny Evans in a matter of moments, and at half-time I was very confident that Leicester could ease through Everton to get into the semi-finals with ease, but Everton got back into it through Tom Davies. The Goodison Park crowd really got behind the home side, and in the 91st minute, Leighton Baines scored an absolute screamer to get Everton back into it. And to be honest, I thought we were going to lose with Everton crowd behind Everton. I really thought that they were going to win on penalties, but we managed to pull through and get the win on penalties to send us in to the semi-finals. If you can replicate the first half performance, which we did show at Goodison Park, I am confident that we can do something against Manchester City today at the Etihad. But if we do play like we did in the second half, I'm very nervous, and I think we might get thrashed today at the Etihad. It could go either way. But Leicester are the third highest goal scoring team in the Premier League season so far with 40 goals. So hopefully we can get at that Manchester City defence and cause them a lot of problems. We are the highest team with the most clean sheets so far this season. So hopefully we can be defensively strong, get on the counter-attack and cause Manchester City a lot of trouble defensively. Leicester are going to look to bounce back after that poor result last time out in the Premier League where we drew 1-1 with Norwich at the King Power Stadium. So today's game is a perfect example to do that. If we can get at least a point or maybe even 3 points at the Etihad, that'd be the perfect way to bounce back and continue to chase Liverpool in the Premier League title race. So I'm going to go for Manchester City 1, Leicester City 1 as my score prediction for today's game at the Etihad Stadium. I can really see it going either way. I think it's going to be a very open and counter-attacking game, end-to-end style, and I think it's going to be very entertaining to watch this game. Obviously with Leicester with a strong defence, Manchester City with a good attack, and vice versa going the other way. I think it's going to be very open, and both sides could go on to win today's game at the Etihad Stadium. I'm going to go with Jamie Vardy to get their only Leicester goal today, and Raheem Sterling to get the other for Manchester City. But it really could go either way. It really does depend which Leicester side does turn it up in today's game. It could go either way, like I said. I think it's going to be the matter of the side which is most clinical in front of goal today at the Etihad. So I'm going to go for 1-1 draw. So that's it for my thoughts on my game and the score prediction. So let's get straight into the 1-11. So this is the side I think Brendan Rodgers will go to start on Saturday at the Etihad Stadium. Starting off in goal, I'm going to go with Kasper Schmeichel. Obviously played against Everton midweek. He was a penalty shooter hero, saving 2 penalties. Hopefully Kasper can follow up his good performance midweek in a good performance at the Etihad today. But moving straight into the back four, so starts off at right back, I'm going to go with Ricardo Pereira. He also played on Wednesday night at Goodison Park. He was influential in the James Maddison opener, so hopefully Ricardo can have a solid game defensively and also go forward. If he goes forward, I think he causes a lot of problems to that Manchester City defence. That could be a good way to get the opening goal at the Etihad today. Moving into the two centre-backs, starts off at the right one, I'm going to go with Kakula Sunju. Obviously, he got a rest at Goodison Park last time out, but he did come on when we were really holding on to the game. So hopefully Sunju will have another solid game at the Etihad. Hopefully he can really stop Gabriel Jesus and Sterling really dominating Leicester. Hopefully he can have a solid game. Alongside him, I'm going to go with Johnny Evans. He also played alongside Wes Morgan at Goodison Park on Wednesday night. So hopefully Johnny can follow up a good performance into the game today at the Etihad. And the other fullback, I'm going to go with Ben Chilwell. Like with Ricardo, he's going to be very important in today's game. He needs to be very solid defensively with lots of Raheem Sterling on his side. But he also does need to get forward to trouble that Manchester City defence. Moving into midfield, so starting off in that defensive role, I'm going to go with Wilfred and Didi. He also played on Wednesday night at Goodison Park, so hopefully Wilfred and Didi can have another solid game. He's going to be vital in stopping Kevin De Bruyne in today's game. Honestly, I think Wilfred and Didi should mark Kevin De Bruyne and not give him any space, because the Belgian, if he has any space, he'll really damage Leicester and he could probably be influential with Manchester City going on to win the game. Moving in front of him, I'm going to go with Yuri Tillemans, another Belgian. He also played on Wednesday night, I do believe, at Goodison Park. So if Yuri can have a solid game, maybe get on the score sheet, you never know. But he's going to have to be very, very important working back and going forward in midfield today. And with a midfielder, I'm going to go with James Maddison. I think he really does need to stay up the pitch. As soon as we get on the counter, he needs to be in there playing the ball through to Vardy. So I think James Maddison needs to have a good game today. And now finally moving into the front three. So I'm going to go with this winger formation like I did against Everton. I think this will really cause problems to that Manchester City defence. Hopefully we can overload on the Manchester City fullbacks with our fullbacks and the wingers overlapping, things like that. So starting off in the left wing position, and they go with Harvey Barnes. Didn't play at Goodison Park last time out. Obviously Michael Bright and Damari Gray got the stop. So if Harvey Barnes is rested and prepared for today's game at the Etihad, hopefully he can run out Manchester City defence and cause them a lot of problems. The other winger, I'm going to go with Jose Perez. Had a very good game on Wednesday night at Goodison Park. Came close to a couple of efforts. So hopefully Perez can maybe get on the score sheet and have a good game on the wing, coming inside and helping out with Jamie Vardy. And like I said, the main one up front, I'm going to go with Jamie Vardy. He has a very good record against Manchester City. He's been the player who scored the most goals against Pep Guardiola's men when Pep Guardiola has been in charge. So if Vardy can get on the score sheet once again and maybe give Leicester all 3 points. But that's it for the Manchester City versus Leicester match preview. It's a massive game later today at the Etihad Stadium. It could go either way, but I'm really looking forward to watching the game later on today. But leave a like if you did enjoy today's video. Subscribe if you have already, guys. Like I said, on the road to 800 subscribers, make sure you do subscribe if you can already, because it is much appreciated, guys. Let me know your score predictions in the comment section down below, guys. Bye, SPORTSA, and I'll see you all in my next video. Peace out.